It all started when I was in high school. TV were just coming out. My dad had bought a TV. Every time I came home from school, there was a TV man, serviceman behind the thing. And I'm curious. I just walk behind him and say what he's doing. My dad must have recognized that I had an interest in electronics. He got me a home study course with DeVry. So anyway, I did that. My dad built a little laboratory upstairs in my second-story flat. So then I went into service and got training there. And then I finally went down to Warwick. We were making TV sets for Sears Roebuck at the time. Got a chance to get into engineering, and got in engineering, worked my way up, and that's when I decided I was going on my own business.
My father started the company. I grew up with it. Early 70s, so I was just a little kid. And my dad had always been a tinkerer. We had a small house, but that's where he started. It was in the basement. The company started renting space in the Racine industrial plant, where you go to rent just room by room what you need. It's an incubator space. And then in 76, it was time to build a building. I do remember the building going up. We were here all the time. Then in high school, I did more office work. And then after I graduated college, I went to Chicago and worked a couple years. And my dad called me one day and said, time for you to come back. You know, as the years went on, just progressed until I started taking over manufacturing. As my father got closer and closer to retirement, I started taking on more of the office manager and doing all of the operations of the company.
My career journey really started coming out of college, and I went into school with emphasis in business, sales and marketing.
When Tim came into the company, my father was the only one doing sales, and he was also doing everything else. So it became important that we had a salesperson.
When my uncle approached me and asked me to join him in this business.
And Tim didn't have a background in electronics, or he was working at a bank.
He said, you'll figure it out. And lo and behold, I started then. Took me a while to decide, but I finally decided to join Linda and Al.
But he had the personality, he had the drive, he had the interest to learn the business, and that's why he became a perfect partner.
Really went from there to really immersing myself in these machines, the technology and the tests, and where I could be comfortable talking to our customers.
Biggest challenges we had when we first took over ESW from my dad was seeing the need to change what we were doing as far as our products. The demand wasn't there at that point for our armature and stator testers, which had been the bread and butter of our business for a number of years. We realized that we had to get into motor testing, we had to get into some bonding, we had to do some things that we were into a little bit, but not as much as we needed to be into. Times change and needs change, and we had to address that and embrace it, and that's what we did.
The biggest challenge when I started at ESW was we were not promoting ourselves at all. We were not getting out and sharing with the customer the great products and services that we offered. We didn't really do a good job back then of getting out and talking to them. So what we ended up doing was getting a motorhome and going out and showing them our equipment firsthand in their parking lots. And that really catapulted us in a time where there were a lot of competition, a lot of competitors coming in and competing hard against us on price only.
It was a challenge because you have to change the mindset of everybody and bring everybody on board. We had to learn new products. We had to learn how to build new products, and that doesn't come without its own set of challenges. We had to overcome some of the things that were going on in the economy at the time and position ourselves. Businesses were leaving the United States, and we were facing that. More and more things were not being made here. And so we had to go, and what we found was that the more custom things were being made in the United States, and we had to embrace those markets instead of the markets that we had traditionally been, which had been the big people that were building thousands of armatures a day. We had to adapt to the market that was out there at the time. Our biggest strength, I think, is our people. We have a staff that's been here a long time, which I think is another great part of ESW. We have staff that come and they stay. We're kind of a family situation.
I think the culture here at ESW is family. We treat everybody like family. We try to make sure they're all taken care of. Working with our brilliant engineering staff and our production people has been simply a joy for me.
We want to continue to service our customers and be a great provider to them and be a partner with them in their businesses and just support them in every way we can.
When I need to go to see a customer, it's my passion. It's exactly what I need to do because I think I can relate with them and share with them what we can do for them.
We have customers with testers since 1971 that they're still running, which is incredible.
My business philosophy is all about relationships and service. What I can do to build a relationship with a client, customer, and then make sure that they're taken care of.
Probably the thing that I love most about what I do is when we have customers in, and that happens, quite a bit, and especially when they're here for a runoff, and they tell me what a great job we've done, how my team has listened to them and helped them out and responded to their needs.
I think the biggest strength of ESW is our commitment to the customer. Yes, we build high quality, excellent test equipment, but I think where we stand above and beyond anyone else in the business is the fact that we will be there when needed. We will be on the phone, we will do online sessions, we'll make sure they're up and running as quickly as we can. Customer service is our mantra, and we live by it daily. Al Naegeli inspired me because he was a true testament to our customer, the same vision I have for them. He got them to believe in him and us and promised them things that we were going to deliver on, and that's exactly what I still do today. There's never been a day that I haven't wanted to be here tinkering, working with the guys, working with the gals, developing something and getting it ready for our customers. This family relationship from top to bottom is very tight and driven, and that's what makes us successful.
So I'd like to thank Tim for being a great partner. I'd like to thank my dad for bringing me into the business. I'd like to thank all the employees over the years who have helped contribute in all sorts of different ways. And I'd like to thank all of the customers who have put their faith and support in us and let us help them out with their problems.